What is up, guys? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about the dual archetypes and whether or not they're good for NBA 2K18. Now, I had a lot of people talk about them being traps and them just not being good and it being more worth it to go with the pure archetypes because of the Hall of Fame badges. Today I'm going to dive in and see if that's true or not. Obviously, it's just speculations as I haven't gotten my hands on the game. And most people that got their hands on the game didn't really get to try out all the archetypes, so this is all gonna be speculations, but we gotta go off the top of our heads, see the stats, see the badges, and see whether or not dual archetypes are better and more viable than something like a pure archetype. So let me just say that after doing some digging, it's kind of hard to say whether or not they're a trap or not. There's some that are good, there's some that are not. It's really up to you and how you want to play. For example, there's some that I really like. I can't see them being viable at all. Like, for example, the defensive 3-point shooter. When you're a defensive player, you have such a low 3-point rating that even when you add that 3-point shooting, even though it brings it up, it doesn't bring it up enough to make it viable. You get like a 63-pointer if you are a 3-point shooting defensive player. So, you know, that combination just makes no sense because the reason that you're adding 3-pointer is so that you can shoot threes, but you only have it at 60, so you won't be able to shoot threes. So it just makes no sense to even do that. There are some others that I can see being really good, such as a rebounder, athletic finish, or rebounder defensive player that I talked about. And the reason is because both of them kind of go together. You get those Hall of Fame badges that are really important, such as hustle rebounder and putback king, and it's a combination that goes with, like, both skills go with each other and they complement each other. So that's what I think it comes down to, whether or not the skills that you're using are similar or if they complement each other. But for the most part, you're making something that is gonna be in the middle, such as the playmaking slash 3-pointer. Your 3-pointer is gonna be around like 70 something, maybe 80, and then your playmaking is gonna go down from like 99 to something like maybe 85, 80, maybe 90. So you get what I mean. You know, it's kind of in the middle. You're not gonna be able to get the max out of both of them. And when you're playing with a really good squad, I believe that the best way is to go with something that's pure. If you look at it, when you're a pure playmaker, you get 4 Hall of Fame badges. You get your ball handling is maxed out, your passing is maxed out, and you get that speed. The only thing is your 3-pointer is not that good. It's decent, but it's probably like around a 60 something. And then when you add that 3-point secondary skill and you mix a playmaking 3-pointer, you end up getting a little bit of a 3-point boost. It will probably be up to like a 75, 80, and then you look at your playmaking and it went down from 93 to something like a 80, 85 maybe. So you lose some and you win some. It's really in the middle. So if you're going for something specific, then you definitely want to try and go with a pure archetype. But if you're going with a mixture and you want to do 2 things, you have to keep in mind that yes, you will be able to do 2 things, but you're not gonna be able to do them at the max. You're not gonna be able to get the most out of it. And that's why I think people are saying that dual archetypes is a trap. And honestly, I don't think it's a trap. It really just comes down to you and how you want to play. If you can live with being a pure archetype, then you'll be fine. You should definitely try and go with the pure archetype if you can live with that. But if you want to do 2 things and experience 2 things at the same time, especially in Pro-Am, I think dual archetypes are gonna be the way to go, especially with those lockdown defenders, because now you don't have to limit yourself to just being a lockdown defender. You can be a lockdown defender while also helping out on offense. It just depends on how you want to play. If you want to cover more ground but not be super effective at you know, both of them, you're gonna have to go with a dual archetype. But if you want to be super effective, you have to go by just doing 1 thing. So you cannot be super effective at 2 things. You have to either be effective but not super effective at 2 things, or be super effective at 1 thing but then be decent at everything else. So it's up to you what you want to do. I don't think dual archetypes are a trap, especially for Pro-Am. I think they're gonna be the way to go. But if you're a park player, somebody that wants to get the max out of their player, then you're better off with a pure archetype, in my opinion. Guys, thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoy it, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one.